Oh, es steht da unten durch die Bäume.
This church will be 52 feet tall. In history, Colville was a very big focal point, and this church was at Colville. If you was landing in Omaha Beach, then you was focused on this church. This whole area will be nothing but these kind of structures around, and we are working real hard on trying to make this thing look as real as possible as a real French village. The players, they always talk to us about how large the facility is. Well, it's 710 acres. We've got 40 miles of roads. You know, one thing we want to accomplish is to make sure that the players have an experience. And the only way we can have an experience is try to simulate it as a real D-Day event the best we can. We're at Utah Beach. We have our landing crafts, which they're a mess right now. We haven't put them out. When it's go time on this game, the doors will go down, they'll rush out. I mean, your heart's racing. You know you're gonna get it, you just don't know when. Just like the real Utah, which I did visit, and this is actually a lot of things in common. They had a long ways to run, and it wasn't that steep. So this is really close to what it actually was. It's just not as big, and we don't have an ocean. But we're trying to build one.
Dwayne, when he was born, was always military in him, military-minded. From the time he was 4 years old, they had a Shanks Army surplus store in Joplin, and Dwayne had to go. And we would take him in there, and he had all the wool clothes and swords and fake guns and everything, and General Patton was his idol. But it's always been in him.
Now, I know it's hard for you to believe, but this piece of crap over to the left was the first landing craft. And it's deteriorated, and we quit using it. But that was the first one that happened in 1997. So we built this other one, and it's getting waterlogged. So this year, we got to put another one together. But this is the reservoir we put everybody across. It's not very far. It don't look like it's that big a deal. But I bet if I put you on that landing craft, and in 7 minutes, and you know, you see that bunker to the very top of that hill, there's going to be 400 Germans shooting at you. It's scary. This is D-Day right here. This is how we started in 1997, and we're going to keep doing better. This meeting is as big as the first paintball game we run out here. That kind of gives you an idea on how things have changed. This game is going to be the most phenomenal game this coming year that we've seen. I thought everybody done a good job last year. Jeremy and all the staff have done a great job of changing and enabled to go forward. Your opinions are very important. Please voice them. This is your chance. You gotta go forward. It's too massive of a game now to try to change midstream. It won't work. So, Jeremy?
The top page is the new tank route, which basically the new tank route is all roads are now in play. It was very hard for the refs to control. It was very hard in the heat of battle for tanks to be able to follow specific routes.
Dino hunted tanks with me last year. He's my son. He got us into D-Day. He was 9 at the time, and he came home to me and said, Dad, we need to do this. It talks about Normandy, it talks about the D-Day invasions. At that point, I became intrigued because the thought of having that many people doing paintball, I went, okay, this could either be really interesting or it could be an absolute disaster.
It holds 25 people, and we'll have
The event out in Oklahoma, it's the biggest one in the world. The planning and organizing and strategizing for it goes on year-round.
When you get 700 acres, which is basically just about a square mile, and you put 4,000 people on it, boy, if you don't start structuring things, it can get crazy.
Players show up registered as either Axis or Allied, and they're all broken down into their units that were actually there at D-Day.
It's a little bit like playing Risk, but with real people.
It's all about mass and maneuver, right?
There's no money, there's no trophy. All there is the respect you get for the rest of the year from the other side for having won the game.
Let me finish my point, please. If we way outnumber you on the south end of the field and the overall is 5-4, then you must way outnumber us somewhere else.
No, it will not, because the ratio is still different from the very beginning.
This isn't a reenactment. You know, in this game, you're there to create your own history.
You actually get to get out there on the field and say, man, how would I do, if I were really back in 1944?
It's up to you how you're going to make D-Day.
You're cool, you're not my man.
This is a great meeting. I love seeing all you guys. This absolutely 100% could not be accomplished without you guys. And I want you guys to try to win, but I have seen so many people lose sight of the fact that this is fun. You guys do this for a recreation. This is your vacation. This is not a second job, all right?
I have to apologize. Dino and I, we don't run air conditioning before D-Day. It's in preparation. We understand how bad the heat can be, so that's kind of our tradition. Have to sand that to kind of get it to at least be reasonable. The goal here is to try to find just the right fit. What I'm building here is called a Piat, the British anti-tank weapon from the time period. I'm building it for Dino in particular because it's smaller. I chose paintball and D-Day as something for really to be involved with because I'm divorced and it's been very hard on us. And it's been unusually hard at Dean. The more we do this, the more involved he gets, the more active he gets. But also, I'm figuring even when he's really a hostile 16-year-old and has no use for his dad, he'll still want to shoot at me. It's our tradition every year to come to the D-Day Museum before we go to Oklahoma D-Day. It's a way to kind of remind us, why we're doing this. And I'm not going to why we're doing this because it's fun. But it's also a way of remembering the men and women that did this, and did it for real, when life and liberty and freedom were on the line. First time you came in here, little man, you were so tall. I truly had to pick you up. God, you've been growing.
I can see it now.
Eh?
No, it's supposed to be the thing's down there, but they put it there.
I know.
To make it look real.
Well, and also to allow folks to be able to see what was going on the inside of it. And here's our favorite, the bazooka. To think to have to face a German Panzer, a German Tiger tank with that. We have to run up with our little bazooka, shooting at tanks where everybody else is running away. We run towards it. That's why people kind of look at us as kind of crazy as tank hunters.
Dino, have you actually stared down a tank?
Well, I shot at it as the tank was coming along. My shot, I aimed it at its front, but it was driving really fast.
Didn't need it enough.
Yeah.
But he hit the tank. He just didn't hit the target.
Just didn't hit the thing that you need to.
But luckily, you didn't get shot for it. You got lucky.
Last year, our victory at Oklahoma D-Day, we basically bullied our way through. We used the actual tactics of what D-Day was supposed to be.
Remember, totals.
Yeah, I know.
Get there, get there, get there. Nice finish.
Did you see that? I am stepping down as Supreme Allied Commander. It'll be the end of 2 years, and it's been 2 really long years. As soon as D-Day is over, we will start planning for the next one. Last year, as soon as the game was over, I was in my trailer the next day. I stayed over an extra day, and I was planning already for the next D-Day. It's just too much work. It's too much work. My wife's like, God, all you talk about is D-Day. I'm sure it's going to push Bill and all the Germans to try to send me out on a salary note. Ain't going to happen. I think I'll be able to control how many points the Germans score. And I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to go out on top. 2 victories.
Get there.
Well, I'm out walking. I usually try to walk 1 or 2 times a day. It helps a lot for D-Day because that field is brutal. It's a long day out there. If you're not in shape, it's going to wear you out, and the heat might get you. You're going to be off the field if you don't stay in shape. You're always trying to beat the Germans. I mean, that's the whole thing. And so what can we do to beat them? And part of doing that comes down to logistics. So I've got this bus I'm building that's going to help us keep people out on the field, making sure they know where to go, what to do. They have air, paint, and water. They've got everything they need, and logistics kind of became the driving force behind it. Bit of the trip from hell. It's about a 12-hour drive. I think it took us 20 hours.
Every year, you kind of see somebody getting a little bit more technical, and you see a little bit more thought put into the process. So everybody has a chess game opportunity here. If one thing goes right for them, it could make them win the game.
We're pre-positioning this stuff here with D-Day coming up in about 6 weeks. See, it's a little bit like how the Allies pre-positioned all their equipment, all their trucks and tanks in England in the early part of 1944, getting ready for D-Day. This is kind of the same. Honey, I'm home.
Was it a fun trip?
It was great, as always.
Here's Gene, our pilot.
Hey, Gene. One of the things we're working on this year is to have an actual plane fly over the field and radio back down information on where their tanks are located, where their troops are located, where their heavy weapons are located.
Okay, Gene, fighter pilot.
We have contracted with a gentleman who has a restored World War II small observation plane.
Now, we've got this stretch, and believe it or not, there's an opening over in that gate.
The gentleman's from Kansas City. He'll be flying down to the field and reviewing the places where he can land.
That's what you hear at me.
The road's a little too rough on this, so what we'll do, I'll blow it down.
I got 35-foot wingspan, so I got to miss trees. That's good.
I got bulldozers. I can bulldoze trees down.
And it should be a lot of fun, and maybe create a little bit of concern for the Germans. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. That looks great.
They lay us on spotter planes, what it was. 1943.
He has another picture of it too, but we can't show that one to you, Steve.
There's a close-up. There is a plane back there.
Looks real good. Every year the level gets raised. I know they're working on all sorts of secret weapons and systems and plans, and I'm sure there's many of them that I don't even know about.
It's always tough to get the bad guys. So many of the guys, they want to be the 82nd or the 101st. They want to be the good guys. So it's took us years, I mean absolutely years, to find somebody to play the villain.
Now, this tank is not Fat Man compliant.
You see this thing coming, you're like, oh, good God, you know, 'cause it looks like, you know, something out of World War II.
Well, the next step will be to get this thing loaded up,
so we can get it to the D-Day field and use it to win.
We're not really the bad guys. We're just playing for different reasons.
We're outnumbered. We hold a lot of territory. Every game we're out here, we have to bring our A game because the B game might win for them, but for us, it won't.
A lot of people, you know, even some of my peers will, hey, you're playing for the Nazis and everything else like that, and we shoot that down really quick by, frankly, just telling them we're not Nazis.
We're not honoring what Hitler believed in. What we're talking about doing right now is making sure everyone remembers all of it. You know, the whole story is important. I guess I believe that the more violent, the more destructive, the more awful war is, and we got to remember both sides. Hopefully we have fewer of them.
Okay, here. I petted both you guys. Now go. Okay.
Come on, guys.
All right, I'm gonna cover starting off sections of the field. I'm gonna cover Operation Hammer Down first. And the idea is we're gonna move forward with the MEK.
Last year, we lost.
It was kind of a bitter defeat. And a stinging loss.
I want to hear especially. I want us to hit them really hard, really fast.
This game is won with the airborne battle. The U.S. and British airborne need to get through our lines with a large enough unit intact to either hit Sword Beach or Omaha Beach to get those units off the beach. At the beaches, it's nothing more than a war of attrition. We use mobile reserve to keep our units up in order to fend off the people landing. The Germans, to win, we need to hold out the Allied airborne units and prevent them from getting to the core of the field with intact units. That's where the battle takes place. It's key. When the 899th, the 4th ID, and the 2nd Armor then start possessing Utah, this is where I think you can really start excelling.
Last year, a lot of things were broke. Ken had promised that he wouldn't stack the airborne divisions, which one division basically outnumbers any other single German unit out there. When you stack them together, you got 500 players bearing down.
Well, timing.
Keeping your guys well supplied with paint and air, your guys are going to have to be carrying heavy.
And the airborne literally started pretty much on top of us, and we lost the war, right, 10 minutes into the game, basically.
We were just a little bit pissed about that.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys need backpacks, you need to be carrying your extra paint and an extra air canister, because you're going to be out there for a long time with my guys.
I need a man.
You need a man? That would be me.
There's your
Or
interaction.
two? All right.
My husband got involved in paintball when we got married. My husband used to hunt, and I wasn't very comfortable with guns in the house because we have small children. So he switched to paintball. Every year he goes to Oklahoma for D-Day, and just the past couple of years, it's just gotten bigger and bigger. First he just went to play, and now he seems to be running the thing with his friend Dan and Dwayne and a couple other people. And I washed my hands of the whole thing. It's just every year it's like, okay, honey, go do your thing. Do what you have to do.
I hope you're happy. Take care.
My wife's been very tolerant of my obsession of paintball. I have 3 daughters, and they kind of put up with it. They know when D-Day comes up that I'm pretty much a little bit distracted.
What goes on in the garage?
Oh my God, what doesn't go on in the garage? Well, right now my husband is building a tank. A couple of months ago, he came home with this beater, this totally beat up car, and we have a 3-car garage, and I don't think I've ever been able to park my car in it because he always has something going on in the garage. So he's like, honey, I'm building a tank, and I'm like, okay, honey, is that gonna go next to the catapult you built last year? So
I gave Dwayne a call about a month ago, see if he had any tires laying around the store or in his whole arsenal of equipment, and he so happened to have a couple.
he was away working in Portland, Oregon this week, and he's like, honey, by the way, I'm getting the tank tires, keep an eye out for them. So sure enough, the lady came with 4 tires yesterday, and the turret came. So honey, look what I got. I'm like, I have no idea what this is.
What kind of wheels are they?
They're from Willie's Jeep, from a World War II Jeep. So the biggest test is to see if they're gonna fit on this sucker. Oh. Well, there you have it. Sweet.
Hey, let's do this deal again that we did last time. Give me the last 4 digits of whatever phone number you called in on. 5367. 5367, okay. Frenchie, what's yours? 0715. 0715.
Okay, Andy, what's your last 4 digits?
3884.
I think.
3884, okay.
So were you on the call already once before?
Nope.
That's really strange.
Getting the numbers, you guys can all see them just like I can.
And I got the conference call detail on it showing Andy as calling in at 756 or 757. That's really strange. Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't have an explanation for that.
We've been working a long time to establish lines of communication into the Allied brain trust. They did it to us years ago.
You want to know about Chuck Farmer, huh?
We found out that Riskin had infiltrated our ranks and was impersonating, basically social engineering, as our commo guy.
Chuck Farmer was a fictitious character that I invented that over a period of years worked his way into the German high command. And yet nobody had ever met him.
He set all this great big complex commo plan up for us, told us he's bringing all this gear and everything else. And I'm like, cool, great, I have someone actually do that work for me.
Chuck was coming with all the German communication equipment, allegedly.
He had one issue. He had to dump the notion of Berlin come D-Day or deal with him come D-Day.
We had been setting the Germans up with this for a while. We were talking to him for a few months about the used Avalanche Chuck had just bought, and how it had bought this great Avalanche, got a great deal on it, but the transmission keeps slipping.
The next call I get from him on my voicemail is, hey, I broke down, I'm having a transmission problem.
And the car was in the shop, but it was going to be fixed tomorrow, so don't worry, I'll be there. Tomorrow came and they shipped in the wrong parts, and it's going to be one more day, damn it.
So it was interesting, we raised about $300 to go get him, and then he's like, well, I'm not going to make it, and I'm just going to go home. And then we're like, oh, okay.
Chuck said, no thanks, don't come get me. And I believe the Germans bought a couple kegs of beer with it and drowned their sorrows that way.
We got burned. So, good for Steve, bad for us. We're past it. Now the shoe's on the other foot.
Oh well, we'll figure it out and stuff.
Let's not go too far down that road. Well, Ken, why don't you go ahead and get us started?
All right, gentlemen. We got armor represented, we got anti-tank, and we got 82nd Airborne in overall.
My secret intel weapon is Google. If you know how to use it, it's a very powerful tool. With free conference calling that they're using, with Google, you're able to really mine out the numbers. You just got to create an alert and get a text message that they're having a con call, and you get on it and be able to record it.
What you're going to do last year versus this year, one thing, they're not going to underestimate us.
Yeah.
I think they came in overconfident last year, and they're not going to make that mistake twice.
And I hope you're right, Beetle, that they attack our airborne immediately, because the more they attack out, the less they have in. Okay, and hence where I come back to the term I kind of coined this year, or recoined, pregnant pause. We break through the initial attack, and then we wait.
What's up, man?
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. Good stuff to go over, man.
All right.
They're getting suspicious of the conference calls we've been infiltrating.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I got some good recordings.
Now it said there were 6 people in the room. That's really strange.
Remember that
Yeah.
number, do you know?
I mean, after a year and a half, I think they
As far as I
finally
can
clue
tell,
in on it.
that phone never made that call. That's really strange. Yeah. I mean, that's really strange.
That's what you get for using a free conferencing service.
Wow.
Yes.
So you should probably pay for one.
We might have an isolated shower or storm today. This is 6 o'clock this evening. Rain will at that time be overspreading the 4 states. Isolated thunderstorms, a slight risk of some strong to severe thunderstorms by 6 in the morning.
Well, guys, you think we're going to be able to get anything done? It's going to rain today. What do you think? It's not raining yet. All right, well, we'll see what happens today.
There's a deep blue sign at the fork in the road. Y'all can bet You know, I've become really good friends with Dwayne over the years. He's got support of thousands of people come out here every year and have a good time. It's tough.
Dwayne has a constant battle. No matter what, you're going to have 4,000 people playing this game.
He only has so many days before the event, and there is a lot of stuff that has to be done in the field.
When you need something real bad, you have to have connections. Well, this is my cousin. He happens to work for a truss company, and this is scrap material that they don't have to have anymore. So he called me and said, hey, I got a bunch of lumber, do you need it? Well, guess what? We got this big building we're putting together, right time, right place. It's awesome. Well, that's the septic tank right there.
Well, that line isn't clear through there then.
Well, I'll get a backhoe, and I'm going to do it now. A lot of people ask me, well, what happens during D-Day? Well, we endure rain, we endure flat tires, clutches going out of vehicles. We never have enough oil, we never have enough hydraulic fluid.
Every day is a new experience around here. It's just like, okay, what kind of fire are we going to have to put out today to be ready for D-Day?
What the hell? Well, the German command decided they needed a command post. They had to have it brought in today. And now we're stuck. Hey, you ready? Ready? That's all right. We'll overcome that one too. Coming towards. And then the next hurdle, now we're trying to do construction. So we got a humongous project of moving a bridge from Seneca, Missouri. The town is taking a bridge that was made in the 20s, and they're going to take it out, and we're going to get it.
Where are you going to put this, Dwayne, out here?
It's going to our D-Day facility. Take one more picture of it.
Dwayne has a plan to get this actual bridge that used to be a walkway there in Seneca from the town to here.
But this is the most massive undertaking I've ever seen at D-Day because this is a really, really big, big hole that a bridge is going to go in. I've never seen anything like this.
Well, people wonder why we went to so much trouble putting a bridge in. Well, this bridge represents Pegasus Bridge. This was the first combat action that happened at the Normandy invasion. It all started at Pegasus Bridge.
The real story of Pegasus Bridge was it was occupied by the Germans. British sent in some gliders.
Commonwealth paratroopers and glider units went right onto the bridge.
And they actually had to take it over just so they would have the ability to transfer equipment and gear.
And the way that the field is set up, it lends itself to that same historical context.
If we do not hold this bridge for the amount of time needed, the Allies will be able to move their tanks in, you know, from behind us.
The idea from the Allies is to stop them here, to separate the center of the field from the south, right here at Pegasus, and roll up the south. And that's the key to this game.
This bridge is worth every ounce of our effort. To me, it's a passion. I want a real bridge. I don't want to simulate a bridge because anybody can simulate stuff. It's a simulated world. People play video games, whatever. This is the video game. Take the bridge.
Oh, here we're coming up on the road for D-Day. The big sign. You can always tell when you get to D-Day. This gigantic sign. Oh my Lord, look at that thing. Look at that church. Wow, man, that is awesome. That is awesome. Really starting to get excited and starting to feel it. And every year it's the same thing. It's like, come on, one more curve, you know, let me get there. I just want to get there and see everybody. Victory or nothing else, gentlemen, victory!
You come up over the hill and wow, you just seeing a lot of people. Everyone's walking around, everyone's in gear. You have the military vehicles there. It's kind of overwhelming, actually, in a way. It's just like, where do we begin?
We've got somebody coming from every state in the United States.
Liberty, Missouri, Mexico,
Colorado,
Lawrence, Kansas,
Out of California,
Ohio,
Portland, Oregon,
Arkansas.
We drive all the way up 12 hours every year to come up and play up here.
Well, I'm Oklahoma crew, and I'm Arkansas contrary.
Roughing it at D-Day.
We're pretty easygoing folks.
Promise not to nag him too much.
I suppose. It's astounding that Dwayne has gotten so many people coming from all over the world. We've got Norway and Finland, got Australia and New Zealand.
Skippy here has a bounty hat on his head, and the Germans want him. Every night, we come out, take him inside, lock him up, because we're not letting the Germans get him. National pride's at stake here.
I have a large group coming in from the United Kingdom.
We're just coming over for the world's biggest game, just to see how the Yanks do.
And there's some real Germans coming. I can't remember if they're going to play on the German side or not, but I bet they do.
People just have some really creative things out here.
Can't wait to use this.
Chicks dig the tanks.
It's hard to explain the connection that you get. It's not like best friends, it's more like brothers.
We don't leave anybody behind, do we?
We're here to win. It's very important. Back when I was little, I had to sit and play with my Barbies and be nice.
There you go.
Which is why this is absolutely fantastic.
It takes more time. So if your mission is to get where you've got to go, then you've got to go to the mass route. Fuck me, right?
Roger,
sir. Getting action in Afghanistan and Iraq is different than here, because here we know we're not going to die if we get hit. It's kind of like training for us, because it's the same type of movements. It's shoot, move, communicate, and it's fun.
Well, I'm Oklahoma crew, and I'm Arkansas contrary.
And then all of a sudden you, and they go buzzing by the head.
A lot of fire, a lot of paint flying.
Certain ones just pop, and you're like, whew.
That one, that one, that one.
Fabulous shot right in the jaw. That one hurt.
I got the worst end of it, but it was awesome. It was a lot of fun.
The thing about D-Day that makes us special, everybody is welcome. I don't care who you are. You can be from Mars. Come here, be a part of our family.
Here's your first roll of toilet paper.
Great.
Okay. Special toilet paper.
Special.
You cannot buy regular toilet paper.
Okay.
It will not flush through. It'll clump up
Okay.
and stay in there. Don't buy regular toilet paper, so I'm giving you 2 extras.
Okay.
Okay?
Very first time we are here on Oklahoma D-Day. Saw it on the internet. Well, look the D-Day page, and we're astonished how many people are around here for this event.
So all this is yours. A little goodie bag.
Okay, and if we need more of the toilet paper, where?
Walmart.
Walmart.
Camping section.
Camping section. Okay.
But you have 3 rolls in there. Right?
Well.
There's a part of me, the very heart of me, don't wanna see you at my back door. Well, it's hard away no more.
Smooth and creamy, rich and creamy. We were talking to a lot of people during the last days. Hey, where you from? You're from Germany, great.
We treat everybody the same. This is a D-Day family. We have common ground. If you play paintball, we have common ground with you.
Camping.
A lot of people ask me about why do you do a paintball event that says D-Day? You know, the guys my age, I'm going to be 43, and they got a grandfather that did something, and a lot of them was in World War II, which mine was. He was a quiet guy. His name was Enos Armstrong.
Blow that wind sails from the east. Every time that it blows you away.
Dwayne's grandfather was actually involved in the landing at D-Day on Omaha Beach. He was in the 238th Engineers, and he started it as a way of honoring his grandfather.
The engineers had a serious job. They had to get on the beach and blow the obstacles. They had to be there first to make holes so that people could then run through and fight like the 1st Division did. So it's that was serious work.
When I was 12 years old, he sat in this exact chair, and we sat here at the swim pool, and we talked about that experience he had on Normandy Beach. He said, I know you like military stuff, and he said, what would you like to know about D-Day? So I just asked him, I said, was there any German airplanes, or you know, was you scared, or what time did you land? I mean, those was little simple questions.
Know that sea
The one thing that he would really talk to me about would be actually putting the bridges together. They built the first bridge on the Normandy Beach heading. The water would come through with high tides. He said they had to get a bridge across to get the supplies. And then he got wounded in Germany. He jumped through a window when some 88mm cannon rounds come in, and it went through his coat. Should have killed him, but it didn't. He was always the last one out, and he always took care of his men. So I guess a lot of things I do here reflects from that. I guess I'm a combat engineer.
And then the earth no fruit shall bear until you are back here with me. This is your 5-minute warning! If you are not 10 minutes early, you are late!
Folks, this is it. We're gonna do this. That's what we gotta do. Plain and simple. There's no thoughts. It's either do or don't do.
Life is a game of inches. In this unit, we fight for that inch.
This is your moment to learn something about yourself. I'm not even gonna pretend that it's gonna be easy. It's gonna be a dog fight. But at the end, it's about who wants it more. You have to ask yourself, do you want it more than they do?
We gotta pull together right now as a unit, go out there and win, or we're gonna lose as individuals. That's D-Day, guys. That's all it is.
All righty, everybody. Welcome to D-Day, the world's largest paintball event. It is go time. Now, guys, you gotta get your paints, you gotta get your air. You gotta do it now. We'll move out at 8:30.
Gentlemen, rally up. Right there.
You guys all set? Let's kick some ass.
That's it, fellas. Let's go kill some suckers.
Look.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Keep going. Let's roll.
going.
Have fun, men.
We've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, getting the paint and the air ready to come out here. My emotions are just so wired and I just can't wait to get this thing started. The whole year of hard work is just paid off.
Who are we? Force ID! Oh, sound like a bunch of pussies. Who are we? Force ID! Who are you? Force ID! Outstanding. Let's get it on. Woo! Get some! I can't hear you! ADK! 48!
You kill Germans! Kill them all! Let's hear it! For Queen and country! Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
Ey, die Hitze wird ein Problem heute. Alter Schwede, ist das warm schon.
World conquest! That is what we seek, and that is what we shall have!
Into the boat, gentlemen. Into the boat.
Our deal is to delay them as long as we possibly can.
Okay.
Todd, we are at our drop zone in mass.
Less than a minute. Where's my wing? Wing up, wing up, wing up. 30.
Gentlemen, good luck. Good hunting.
All right, here we go. Yeah.
Into the works! Into the works! Move! Whole plan! Keep moving! Come on! Come on! Come on! Move it on!
How long are we holding here for? I don't know, but our orders are to hold the bridge for now.
Watch this tape, watch this tape! Find hard cover!
Copy that.
What was the war, General?
They own Sword, right? My open issue is we had a report of 82nd moving north from the old pond. Should we just lop off Sword Beach? Zeke just retook the flag station in the tower on Utah. Which means if we lop off the southern end, we can still win.
What about Sword? Are we forgetting about Sword?
Fuck Sword.
Utah Beach is all the prize.
Utah Beach is the prize. Utah Beach is the prize in this game.
combat rangers normally. British Airbird took Con. 101st is consolidating them. 82nd still en route. 4th ID is pushing Utah. They've got Allied Air on top of it.
4th ID actual. Do I interpret that as you have Utah Beach? Over. Copy that. Please advise when colors have switched. Out.
We do own Utah right now. It's not a pretty situation. Utah was taken amazingly fast. We have a very young divisional commander. I think the man is all of 24 years of age. He took it, he's taken it, I think this is a record. He just took it phenomenally fast. However, that sort of assault eats up paint and air and just sucks the water right out of our troops.
If we don't get water at all these places, we're going to start having heat casualties.
Talk, this is Jack Rock. 709 actual has about 75 people inside the western trenches. Do we want to abandon Utah Beach at this time, over?
Negative.
Negative. We still do want the points. Keep them there.
Next scoring on Utah is in 45 minutes.
45 minutes?
Yep. Have the armor set up at the finger, not on Utah.
Copy that. Mudrat, move to Utah. Mudrat, move to Utah.
Roger.
You!
General Beale! I just lost Nate Mack and his dad. Why? Nate Mack went into convulsions up in the dead zone.
Shit.
Overheated? Nate Mack.
Goddamn.
Talk, this is Spider Plane. I'm circling Utah. Looks like there's a large German tank getting a ready to move.
Does the
good copy out?
Over Utah,
This is a 2-2.
over Utah, we've got a large German tank sitting in wait. 4 ID actual is pushing the top of Utah again.
4th ID actual, does it stop? Come in.
4th ID actual, go ahead.
What is your sit rep?
We're gaining in a northern bunker at the top of the hill. We're gaining slowly. Under a lot of fire from German heavy weapons. A lot of double troubles up here.
First Army Commander, stand by. Talk to 899.
Beetle here, what you got?
I need you to redirect 899 to help cover the south. Break.
Roger that.
Kill it.
Germans are back up to the tower. They all fucking moved up. So we need to take it again. What a bunch of fucking bullshit. Tower's not friendly anymore.
Oh, man, I love you, all right? Never a moment I'm not proud of you. But this is it. You got to gut check. You're 13, you're a young man. Let's see what you're made of.
Yes, sir.
I love you. All right, let's see what I got up there.
Come here. Going down.
Push up, Dylan. Look, move up. Follow me, let's go, follow me. Come on, look at me, for Christ's sake. Did I walk up here? Jesus Christ. Look at that. Let's go!
I just tagged the boat on the southern tower of Utah.
Southern Tower of Utah. Copy that 899. I'll relay that to armor. Get it there as soon as I can.
Into the trenches. For God's sake.
Copy that. You now have 4 minutes, 15 seconds to get that flag. You better make it happen.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, John.
I need Utah.
We need scoring from Utah. Scoring from Utah.
All right, guys, here's the deal. The north and south tower. The flag station was in contested. At the time of scoring, the points were awarded to
Copy that. Thank you.
y'all to stay in front of us. We're going to move up, then into disappear in the wood lines.
Yeah, that's where we're going. We're going right this way to the left wood line. Sir, I think Dino's a little dehydrated. I had to sit down. He's drinking water right now.
Where is he? Dino! Dino, talk to me, little man. What's that? What's that?
I got a terrible headache and I feel like I'm about to throw up.
Start drinking. Okay, you got to drink more.
Yes, sir.
You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Look, this game doesn't mean worth a shit to me. You're the most important thing I'll ever do in my life.
Yes, sir. I got the flag twice.
Yeah, you did, I know. Proud of you, but you always know I'm proud of you. All right, little man, we can do this. All right, can you stand up?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
I'll stay with him. You go ahead, and we'll catch up. I got him, dude. I trust you with mine. You trust me with yours.
That's true. All right, little man.
I love you.
I love you, right?
We'll catch up.
All right, keep drinking.
Omaha is still heavily engaged, but we still hold all the trenches, and we are looking good at this moment. Over.
Have him send a recon patrol to the valley to his flank.
Send a recon patrol to the valley to your flank.
So they want us on Omaha.
Basically, they want us to cut off the north side of Omaha.
All right, guys, let's head up. Let's go down the red dirt road.
I thought they said they'd have paintball.
There's none down there.
Okay, on your way, can you go through Omaha? Yeah, we need air and paint. Right, there's no logistics. Go there.
How you guys doing? Here's the situation. They've got Omaha, they've got it pretty well locked up. We've got 40 minutes to get a big push and clear it out for those last points, or we're gonna be in trouble. Let's go. MEK!
Left-hand side. Form up. Right there. Whoa, right there. More men, Ray. Slider. Right now, we got Briskin's guys right through the woods here. 130 guys maybe. Tell them what's going on.
MEK actual to talk.
Go, MEK. Copy that. 82nd moving behind dead zone 4 as we speak.
He's going to bust through to Omaha. Inform them all they're in for the long haul at this point. Battle of attrition. Okay? They're in for the long haul.
Omaha Beach, be ready.
All right, Chris. So we got what we got. Somehow the 82nd, I don't know why or where or what happened. I don't care what.
They moved forward and they're on the edge of the trenches here at Omaha.
Gotta move with the smoke, guys.
82nd actual, I need you guys moving on hard on Omaha Beach right now.
I've got one last push happening from the 1st Division. They are black on ammo. These guys are charging up the hill unarmed so that you can succeed. Take advantage of it. Over.
We're moving right now. We're engaged.
Everyone move up! Move! Let's go! Move! Move! That's the son of a bitch, guys! Get off of it!
Thank you, Rickle. Hey, 80-second actual.
All assets are currently applied to that area. That's the most we've got right now.
Chris, where are you going? I'm doing a bayonet charge up Omaha.
Why?
Because it's hopeless.
What's hopeless?
Winning Omaha. It's the only time you ever do a bayonet charge.
Everyone, reload! Give me fire!
Oh, he's good. Running out of air.
Got one coming up the left side.
They're calling a ceasefire, aren't they?
Did it take a good hit?
Yeah. Copy that. There's an injury in the trenches, which has a ceasefire in that area.
I hope he's all right. You get a hold of Jack Rock and see if that scoring is still going to occur at 1 o'clock.
Jack Rock, I need you to find out if that scoring will still take place at the designated time, even though there's a ceasefire.
Here we go. Got a medic. Back up.
Talk. Let's take care of that player first, but let's not forget about those points.
My information on top of Omaha Beach says that they're just going to give the points to the Germans and tell them to pull back. Over. What? Yeah. I don't know why. We still have time left. Over.
They're giving the points to the Germans.
This is Jack Rock. I am at the top of Omaha Beach.
All points.
For Omaha Beach. The injured player is walking out as we speak right now. He's about 10 feet away from me.
You still want him to take those people back down into the trenches?
Yes.
Hey, Jack Rock, we
Lead
want
it.
you to charge those trenches and retake those trenches.
Clean up the first ID and demoralize them.
We're going to clean up the first ID and demoralize them.
3 divisions poised over them. There's no way possible they're going to hold that beach when I have all those people there, plus everything going in. No way. I got people looking at the damn flag.
I know we've had 2 men. Oh, son. You watch the enemy just get.
Hey, you gonna let that fly?
Fuck no.
You gonna let that fly? Those guys, I fucking went and told them your name. I said, Sack said, charge and die valiantly. And they said, fine, I got no paint. I said, the Germans don't know that, run. And then I told them, you're a sorry son of a bitch. If I get up there before you do, because I'm unarmed, took off running, and they fucking outran me. And you're giving the points to them?
No, I'm not giving the points to them.
This is Ferg.
Fuck!
501, this is right here.
Did you get that?
Gentlemen, we need 1 scoring on Colville. Understand, 1 scoring on Colville. Can we win this game?
All special ops within the area of Colville, we need to hold that flag. Everybody needs to get into the center of that area so we can maintain control of Colville.
Everybody to Colville!
This is Drive to Sky. I'm seeing a lot of Germans living into Colville.
All these Germans, he's saying that there's still the German tanks but troops are taking up fighting positions at K9.
Hey, key to the front! Get up here!
Gentlemen, let's get the 82nd into this fight if we can.
Right now, over.
Where do you want 82nd at?
I want him inside Colville.
Okay, 82nd.
I need you inside Colville.
All right, copy that.
Clear channel, please clear channel. Go ahead for talk.
We got a huge element of
coming down the trail just south of Colville.
The Battle of Colville starts right now.
The battle for Colville is starting right now.
Ja, das können Sie aber so.
Come on, guys, we're taking Colville! Commonwealth, let's go! Guys, do it! Go, 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 go!
Jawohl!
So they're in the southeast side of Colville.
Engage and disrupt.
Hit him! Hit him!
41, you got 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left to take that flag. You're in a good spot for it. Take it.
Let's push it in! Let's give him some fire, release!
We have 5 minutes.
5 minutes to scoring in Colville.
Go, MEK.
Ours are in complete control of all of Colville. Over.
Talk, be advised, blue flag over Colville.
Just took Colville.
Just checking the
Commonwealth forces, be advised and tell everybody else you have to stay in Colville for an hour. We're bringing in supplies to you.
Guys, we are holding Colville till 5 o'clock. No matter what happens. If we hold Colville, we win.
I'm getting low on fuel. I'm going to have to head back. Good luck.
Good copy.
Right, behind here? Yeah. You go fight. You do your best. Yes, sir. If you find helmet or where's mine, I need to find out about Dino. Have them call into the talk about Dino's status, all right? Dino, we saw earlier he kind of had some little dehydration heat problems. I left him with where's my, a man I implicitly trust. But my radios are dead, my comm, I'm blind, deaf and blind, and it's starting to worry me. It's starting to make me combat ineffective. And I may have to go back to camp to find him and make sure he's okay. Because this is just a game, and he's my life. This is, yeah. All right.
Ja. Also ich habe jetzt auch nichts gegen eine kleine Pause. Und hier, Christian, eins mal klar, ohne Camelback bist du hier verloren. Ohne Camelback bist du gepisst. Keine Chance, Wahnsinn.
Da muss halt ständig hin.
Ja. Meine Brühe ist auch warm.
Gut, dass wir R geholt haben. Guck dir mal die Schlange an.
I am through. I'm out. I'm done. I hate it more than anything. The spirit is willing, the mind wants me to, the body says, oh no, you're not. Not only no, but oh no, you're not. And I have to listen to the body or I'm not going to be any good. And it absolutely sucks. That's the worst part of this game. Not getting hit, not having to return for air and paint every time I turn around. I said I can't keep going. That's the bad part of this game. So this is where it ends for me. It sucks. I feel like I'm letting my team down.
Is that you reloading me? Behind that.
Go over, talk.
We have a lot of Shermans north of Colville that are standing and shooting into Colville.
They need to get that flag. It comes down to number 18 kills.
We need the flag. Flip that flag.
Everybody pumped up. Let's flip that flag.
Motivate these guys, Bob. This is it.
Hey, guys!
You are 30 minutes away. You are 30 minutes away from going home winners or losers. That's it.
I want those points!
go down in a blaze of glory. I can't go down sitting in the dead zone. I just can't.
Ja, wollen wir jetzt mal in Richtung Colville laufen, ja? Was? Ja, ist schon ziemlich finster hier.
We have massive amounts of German reinforcement north of Colville. Over.
Release the Panzer Corps.
Release the Panzer Corps.
Release the Panzer Corps.
Let's go, Jams! Tell them to load up a couple more troops and bring them down.
Tanks are circling Colville. Germans just made a big push on the troops. I think they have the bottom floor.
We need to look for Beetle in the Colville area. Last I heard from somebody just came off the field, that's where he was.
Because the sun said he was there.
Jesus Christ.
Dino! Dino! Anybody seen Dino? When Dino and I first started, I first was offered an officer position here. I told them I couldn't take it. I said, I'm here with my son. And I said, Dino, I'm here for you, and that's it. If I'm here as an officer, then I have to be responsible not only for you, but other people. And that divides my attention. And he looked at me and said, well, Dad, I'd rather have you as my officer than somebody we didn't know. So I took that first position. Gentlemen, if Dino shows up, send somebody to tell me in the Allied talk that he's okay. I gotta find him. When I realized that he went down, but Major J was there, the fact that Dino went with him, I thought would be okay. But when I couldn't reach him on the radio, I thought maybe something really bad had gone wrong. Anybody here with a vehicle? Any? All right.
I'm looking on the radio, if I can do anything.
All right.
Or if I find him,
All right. Thank you, Scott. All the things I've ever done in my life won't count for squat, but he's the best thing I've ever done. And that's all I ever really wanted to be was a dad.
Copy. Colville, the airfield, and the valley between Utah and Omaha.
Big German push on Colville right now.
My guys are running low on air and tanks.
And they need water. Over.
Logistics vehicle there on site?
Logistics bus is in Colville.
It's sitting 40 yards from the troops and nobody can get to it. Over.
Oh, no, they won't let you drive through. That's fine. Crap. Okay, well, we'll go back this way. Dino! You okay? Nobody can find you.
Are you sure you?
Nobody can find you. I couldn't find you, little man. I didn't know if you were sick, you're okay. We couldn't find you. So no, that I will never be okay if I don't know you're okay. That's kind of comes with the job. All right, all right. I want both those Gatorades finished by the time I come back. Is that in order? All right. I love you, little man. All right. Now I can get back into the goddamn game and do something for us.
Okay.
With me, let's go up and over! Up and over!
Zach, I'm beside you. Beetle's up, Doctor.
I had to find my boy. He came off the field
Is he
sick.
all right?
He is fine. I just found him.
You're effective. I need you back out there, and I need you killing those tanks.
Go ahead.
Okay?
I failed you, sir.
No, you did not fail me. You led the attack. You did just fine. You have been kicking fucking ass all day. You understand me? I want you to go out there and do it again.
Yes, sir.
Get your ass back out there and give me some tank kills.
Yes, sir.
Get me out there so I can get out there.
Red flag is up.
The flag of Colville is red. We've lost the flag. We need to mount a big assault here to get it back. Over.
Copy that. They need to hold it for 20 minutes.
Hold it at all costs, and you can empty my cooler bass.
We're doing the best we can with what we got, brother.
Guys, Jaws, we're going on the field.
Hey, right here. Who needs it? Who needs water? Pass out those granola bars.
I want you to speak well of the 899. Rally up at the airfield. Find everybody, rally up at the airfield.
Let's go.
Näher da unten auf dem Feld, in der Nähe vom Container, wo die Flagge ist.
Tony, we've got, right now, Riskin's guys right through the woods here, 130 guys maybe. I'm telling these guys to send us a tank so we can post it on the road right over here to pinch them.
Pull everybody into Colville now.
Talk to Axis Armor, talk to Axis Armor.
Roger that. Allies, let's go! 899, Black Cat, this is it. Inside Coville. For all the marbles.
Commonwealth! Colville! Let's go! Who are we? Who are we? Stands alone! Stands alone! Stands alone! Stands alone!
They're getting ready to counterattack on Colville.
All right, get him up there. Ich hab keine Luft mehr. Whoa.
It's up to the guys in the field. There's nothing we can do. They gotta hold out. This is the game right here.
Let's go, guys! Come on!
Listen. Here it comes.
Glory is forever. This game, however, is not.
Anybody that's not
Running towards the flag right now is giving this game to the Germans.
Don't rally, don't think, charge and win. Winners don't think, winners kill Germans. Out.
One minute left in the game.
Come on, we need you guys! Come on, move!
How about now?
Allied tanks right across the road. Come up and over! Let's go! The battle is up here! Over the top! Everybody, over the top!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Great job, guys. German kept the objective. German kept the objective.
Outstanding, gentlemen. Outstanding.
Congratulations, y'all done good.
I don't know if we got it or not. Points are close.
We don't know what's going on yet. Let's wait till the accountants tally up. Yeah, we might have won a battle, but we ain't won the war.
Ganz ehrlich, der gewonnen hat, ist mir völlig egal. Es war ein schönes Spiel. Wir haben einen Haufen Punkte gemacht, unser Team. Und ja, mal sehen, was die Durchsage sagt. Mal gucken.
To be honest with you, I don't know who's won. It could be either side. And I guess we'll find that out within the next hour or so now.
This game is boiled down to tank and anti-tank kills. Make sure they're all collected and turned in, over.
German held on Omaha. Germans held all day.
German held it all.
Okay.
Germans had the beach the entire time.
We need to rest the scoring refs. Bring your points in. I need to know who did what.
It's going to be a close game.
Oh, it's a very close game.
If you haven't turned in some of your tank kills, go ahead and turn it in over at the registration building.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23 I count. Wow. Pretty damn good.
1, 2, 3. All right, I'm missing cards.
Havoc, you turn yours in.
Bring it to me, please. Go throughout the camp. Everybody, go throughout the camp. Find people with cards. If we do not turn in a card, we lose points.
We're getting ready to kick this off. We're going to actually lower the flag for this event.
Present! Up!
Now, folks, you got to stand for something. We appreciate you guys remembering all the veterans and the future ones, if we like it or not. It's the way it is.
I just want to commend all the players today. In all my time of being here, I've never seen the epic battles that we had today. These were the best there ever was. But you guys probably want the score, right? I knew they wanted the score. Let's see, out of 3,550 possible, the Allies ended up with 1,500. The German army, however, ended up with 2,050. I know you're all cocky now, but at any point in time, at any objective I was at, I could probably tell you were just about ready to get your butts kicked. Allies and Germans, everybody did great.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Have a safe
I
trip.
appreciate it.
We'll see you.
Y'all know how much.
Okay. Once again, D-Day doesn't stop. We're gonna pull out this RV. He's from Louisiana. We're so totally dog tired. I mean, we can't even spell words. We're so tired. But we care about this guy. He wants to call a record. There's no way I'm gonna let him call a record. It ain't gonna happen. We're gonna do it ourselves.
Because that's what you do.
Because that's what we do.
Keep your eyes on the road, son. Don't let them bright lights fool you none. You can't get back to it done. Keep your hands on the wheel, play it easy and take it slow and steady. And keep the music rolling, don't get left behind. It ain't about beating the road, it's about being on time. Off from your best
house done.
Not be a friendly place, but it's a friend of mine. I've been fighting sleet and rain as I pass right over these Texas plains. My mind keeps telling me it might be time for a break. But a break the seat would just slow me down, and there ain't a TF to be found. I gotta dig in for another couple hundred more miles. So I keep them wheels rolling, don't get caught behind. It ain't about beating the road, it's about getting there on time. Cars in the front, no fast sign, look like rain's inside. The road may not be a friendly place, but it's a friend of mine. Oh, that's what it is. Car ahead, I'm on your 6 and I wish you'd give me just one chance. Could you pull over, let me pass? Well, it ain't that I gotta be ahead and I can't hear any word you said, so relax, be cool, play nice. And I keep them wheels rolling, don't get caught behind. It ain't about beating the road, it's about getting there on time. Cars in the front, no fast sign, look like rain's inside. The road may not be a friendly place, but it's a friend of mine. I said I keep them wheels rolling, don't get caught behind. It ain't about beating the road, it's about getting there on time. Cars in the front, no fast sign, look like rain's inside. The road may not be a friendly place, but it's a friend of mine. Well, the road may not be a friendly place, but it's a friend of mine. Oh, here we go.
get to play against the pros. I don't know Bob Long, never met Rennick Miller, standing with a Mac. I'm paintball's fastest gun. Go out, get funky, get painted, have fun. Don't got $1 million, don't drive a Cadillac. Give me half a chance, cause I'm not dead yet.